y'all, good afternoon, and welcome to another episode of Wind Down Wednesday with Kecia. So I am your host. If this is your first time here, I'm your host, Kecia R. And if you're new here, what we're doing here, we're gonna have some soft, strong conversations that should involve and enlighten someone. It's just conversations about different topics that I come across on TikTok, social media, and I think we need to talk about some of this stuff. So tonight I have an all male panel, and we're gonna be discussing boss mommy, boss up mommies. She has an ebook out, and what she does is she encourages women to and gives them advice on how to heal. So she caters to women, right? So she said, like, we all know that men need to heal as well. So we're gonna have an interesting conversation on Mill's perspective about her videos. And first, of course, I am the ghetto
Ooh.
small A. So of course, this is Wine Down Wednesday. I don't have wine, but I'm gonna allow one of my guests to share what type of wine they're drinking tonight.
Well, I'm drinking Shiraz is what this is, one of my favorites. This is a yellowtail cabaret with Cabernet. I'm not too wine savvy like our host over there, but this is what I generally drink. Just this or a Merlot or something like that. Or Sarah red wine. I'm a red wine drinker.
Yeah, I love a good cab, a good blend. That's my thing. But y'all, I'm off of the wine because I drink too much of this Hennessy over this is right. This right here has me in trouble, y'all. So be careful when you're drinking a whole liquor and you're not used to drinking. So, with that being said, I want to introduce these beautiful men that's here, and I have two co-hosts. Well, anyone that comes on is my co-host, but I have two people that are gonna hopefully join me all the time for their male perspective, and I'll let them introduce themselves.
And we're gonna start with the youngest first.
Oh my God. Okay. Um, I'm Justin, aka August Night. That's my pen name for you. Those of you who don't know, I write books. Um, so I got a couple of them out on Amazon. You go check them out. I Am Human, Sisters of the Serpent, volumes 1, 2, and 3, and I'm working on some more works right now as we speak. So that's my little introduction. I was on the show last week, if y'all caught it. We had some good conversation about NOPD law enforcement type stuff. So I'm happy to be back.
Well, I don't know who's younger, but I'm gonna take I'm gonna take beauty before age. That's what I'm gonna say. I got you on that one. But anyway, I'm Larry. I'm actually Justin's dad. 55. So I'm pretty young here. Mortgage industry by trade, just a regular guy from around the corner. That's about it.
Hey Larry, y'all can
How
hear
you
me?
doing? Yeah, we can hear
Yeah,
you,
we
man.
can
We can
hear
hear
you.
All
You
right.
good?
I'm Bryson. I'm a good friend of Keisha's. I'm a social worker, addictions counselor. I also have a reentry program for 18 to 25-year-olds where I help them get reacclimated into society on the mental health side. And I'm strongly opinionated on certain topics.
So hopefully, and I know you strongly opinionated on this one because we already started the conversation. Because Bryson was like, "Now, how three grown men gonna sit here and talk about what this woman is, what she's saying?" Because he watched the videos, right? But one thing that was intriguing to me about her videos is that, like, yeah, she's telling people how to heal. Women. She's particularly catering to women. So I think it's so important for men to chime in on these videos because not everything is the guy's fault. Some things are about decisions. And then another thing, and I love this lady now because she gives good advice, but sometimes it's about life choices, it's about our traumas that we had, how we deal with and how we come into and out of relationships, it depends on our trauma, how life has affected us, as our foundation. It's not all about the finger pointing, and it has a lot to do with how we learn to it's about esteem, our self-esteem, how we feel about each other, how we perceive things throughout the world. And I think for the most part, as humans, as men and women, we all learn how to love. We don't learn how to heal, but we definitely learn how to run from situations. And I think that's straight across the board. So I'm gonna let my co-host talk. I know he had a video he wanted to share, and we're gonna have a conversation about it. So let's talk about the video that you kind of brought up, Larry.
She has several videos, and I'm gonna go straight out and say at first I was like, nah, all this. But then I was like, you know what? I can relate to a lot of what she's saying as a man also. Now, it's more geared towards women, more hurt women, more breakups, and you break up and then find yourself, and most of it is, hey, it's the man's fault, or get away from that man or whatever, and go find yourself. What I can understand from a perspective as a man doing the same thing. When you break up, go find yourself. I think one time we talked before about songs and how they used to teach us to break up. Women talking about, hey, the best way to get over a man is get under another one. And that's not quite the way, because sometimes they just do that for show. And they get stuck again in a situation that's really not for them. So they haven't went and healed, understand who they are yet, come back and find a good man. Instead, they're going out and finding the same thing, and they blaming it on the man, and they haven't even healed yet. And here they are doing the same thing over again, without even looking at themselves.
Cardi B.
And I have to admit, yes, Cardi B is a perfect example of an unhealed woman from going from relationship to relationship. But I don't think Boss Mom is teaching how, I never once heard her say, when you're getting over a man, when you're trying to get over a man, you need to get on top of another one. Or
You have to say it. She went and did it.
No, you talking about Cardi B? Yeah, I got you. Yeah, Cardi B did it multiple times.
She didn't have to say it. She went and did it.
So you think for the most, like, with someone with the money that Cardi B has, and she's so opinionated, she seems like a smart lady. She seems like a lady that has a lot to give. So
wait. I gotta chime in right here. Just real quick. I don't understand why. And this coming out of all of love and respect. I don't understand why in today's society women say, because you said, oh, she got a lot of money. Like, I don't think they're getting the memo that men do not care how much money you have
at all, or how many degrees you have, or none of that. Like, that does not impress us.
Like for the woman, because I'm gonna play devil's advocate here. Because we only got one female on the panel, so I don't want to make it seem like we ganging up. But
they be ganging up on me when there's one man on the panel.
Yeah.
Don't
do your thing. Do your thing.
Right.
I'm not scared of y'all.
Right. So, but I'm saying to say it's great and awesome. I don't have no kids, but if I had daughters, I want them like, hey, go out and try to be as successful as you can be. But with that being said, do not think that the more successful you are, the more options you have in the male dating pool. If anything, you are lessening your options. And before I let I'm gonna let somebody else talk after I give this last point, because I don't say stuff just to say it because of how I feel. I provide some substance right after. When a man meets a woman and he go bragging to his boys, the first thing that come out of their mouth is, what she look like? There gonna be 40, 50 more questions after that, and I guarantee none of them have anything to do with what she do, how much money she make, where she went to school. For women, the first thing they ask, oh girl, what he do? Y'all care about that. So y'all have this notion that what you care about in a man is what men care about in a woman. And I lie to you not. I don't care if I met a chick who worked at Burger King. We care about beauty, not really brains. It's good that you have the brains.
I'm not going to
That's a
completely
bonus.
agree with
Now
that.
that's
I'm not going to completely agree with
Yeah,
that.
okay, go ahead. I'm gonna let you
Listen,
go. Y'all go.
I'm
I
gonna
said my
chime in with
spill.
that. The last part about the brains, right? So I do care about the intelligence of a woman, because if I'm a man that's ambitious, right, and I'm trying to make moves and move forward in life, in most cases, once I take on a woman, then she is more my partner than my partners are, right? So
Yeah.
I need her to be intelligent enough, right, to be able to like lay in a cut for me, peep out
Hold the
what I'm doing,
conversation.
and say, hey, listen, that don't make a lot of sense. You might need to look into going this route or whatever, because I expect some form of guidance from my woman as well, right? So she needs to have a level of intellect to be able to do so. But I will agree with you in the sense that the last thing we really think about when we meet somebody is how many degrees they have, or what their job is. But what I have encountered is women weaponize that stuff, right? The amount of degrees they have, how much money they make, they weaponize it, in a sense of, oh, I have a PhD in this and I make this amount of money and I'm self-sufficient with this. And it's just like, all right, shorty, that's cool. You know what I'm saying? I'm happy for you, right? But that don't make me want bow down to you or look at you differently. Like, I'm still a man, right? So if I'm a man and I'm taking care of myself, I don't get to brag about I got my own house, I got my own car, I got my own job. That's expected of me.
That's
So I
expected.
just feel like in this society, in this day and age, women use that as a weapon when in actuality, all you doing is being an adult. And I know we see that on social media all the time, and it seems cliches, but going to work, paying your bills, and having a job is what adults are supposed to do. So you don't get no extra credit from me for that, right? But to go back to the original topic about the boss mommy lady, right?
Mhm.
What I watched about 4 of the videos, and I only watched them halfway through, right? Just to get a gauge of who we was talking about. And what I got was like hardly no accountability on the woman side of things, or how they get
Correct.
to that point with that man to be damaged by that man, right? It's like you met dude, he was treating you this kind of way and it wasn't pleasing to you, but instead of you leaving and going find somebody that was pleasing to you, you decided to stay with dude and didn't no change happen. So now you mad and you saying he scarred you even more, when in all actuality you're an adult. The minute you dealt with him and realized he didn't like you like that, and you started going above and beyond and doing all this extra stuff, you really not a victim no more, you're a volunteer. So if you're going to go through healing, the healing should be what's wrong with me that I made those decisions to allow him to treat me like that.
Correct.
Does that make any sense?
It makes sense, but can I say something?
Yes,
And
ma'am. You can
okay.
absolutely say something.
And I mean, and I totally agree with you. Like, at some point we become a victim in our own story. We make ourselves a victim when we have a choice, and that's absolutely correct. But a lot of these women out here, the reason why the women today in today's society is programmed on, or what the man does. Because I see some women walking around here like, you with this big fat cheesy looking nigga and you a beautiful woman. The only thing you getting from him is his money. You worrying about what he does. It doesn't matter how he treating me as long as I get his money. So a lot of 90% of these women out here are raised by single mothers who they saw survive. And especially if y'all going down near the Burger King, I don't have, they got some intelligent people working at Burger King. But at 35 years old, and what do you think that person is in? That mindset. They're in survival mode. So of course I'm looking for someone that's gonna give me a come up, gonna make my life easier. So women already know how men think. The only thing y'all looking at is a pretty smile and a big ass.
See,
Y'all be
Well, so what?
negotiated
So what?
along.
see, you
You just for that?
triggered me. You listen, you just triggered me, right? Because I don't know the guys on the panel, but I think we all in survival mode, huh? Right?
Every
Every
day,
day
every day
I
of my
get up and
life.
go to work to try to pay these bills that I have. I'm in survival mode, right? Because I got kids. I got a mother that's a little older that I gotta pay bills for, right? So to use the phrase, oh, we in survival mode, if you black in America, you in survival mode. You know what I'm saying? Right? So to me, that's a cop-out because we all trying to survive. So if you get away from that mind frame and say, guess what? If I'm in survival mode, he in survival mode, let me find me a partner, right? That we could get together and make a future for ourselves, then we could start living and not surviving. You can't look at me to come and rescue you from your survival because I'm over here trying to survive. Ain't nobody paying these bills for me. Like every month, I'm just gonna put it out there. The average black man in America make about $60,000 to $70,000. So that means if you put 10 of us in a line, right? 5 of us make 60,000, right? The other 4 more make about 40,000, and 1 make 100,000, right? So if that's the case, like, what you expect from me? I got $3,500 worth of bills, and I make almost 5,000 a month, right? After I pay the bills, then I got to take care of myself. Then I got 2 sons that might need something. I got a mama that needs something. Tell me where I got room to just all of a sudden say, baby, you ain't got to work no more. Come on over here. I got you. Man, come on. That's unrealistic, you know?
I met women that say, "Oh, I want to keep my own house too, but I want you to pay those bills too." I'm like, whoa, 2 different households? What are you asking? I think you need to stay alone, young lady. You're not gonna find that in America. You want your cake and eat it too?
Well, why
You
not?
want your
The
peace and your freedom?
I look at
men have their cake and eat it too all the time. So why we can't have our cake and eat it too?
you
I'm
can
not-
have it, you just
Have it by
can't have it with
yourself.
no
Have it
real
by
man.
yourself.
Ain't no real man gonna deal with it. You can have it, but
Let me,
I want the
let me
young
answer
man
a question.
perspective.
Go ahead.
So let me add, because I said my little bill and then I let everybody talk, but I'm gonna answer a question. And look, this is how I am. I'm gonna answer your question with a little analogy for you, everyone else on the panel, and everyone watching. This because everyone always asks that why men get to have their cake again, or why they trying to have their cake and eat it too. I'm gonna tell you why. Listen close. I look at life like this. Say Willy Wonka came to New Orleans and opened up, which y'all like, what, ice cream or candy? Just pick one.
Candy. I like candy.
I'm gonna go with
Candy. All right.
Candy. All right.
We go do Willy Wonka owned a brand new candy shop on Bourbon. It's the largest candy shop ever made in the history of the world. So we got this for this analogy. We got 100 boys and 100 girls. I know boys hit puberty around like what, 16, 17. Girls is like 14, 16, something like that. So 100 boys in puberty, 100 girls in puberty. So Willy Wonka is a big deal. The news people was out there, blah, blah, blah. He got the big ass scissors with the ribbon. On the count of 3, boom, they cut the ribbon. You're like, hey, we gonna let the girls go first, ladies first. So the 100 girls run in. They go into the candy shop, the factory, tearing up everything, the Kit Kats, the Snickers, blah, blah, blah. So now the boys, we wait and we bouncing on our toes like, yo, we can't wait till we get to go in. So once all the girls in, we about to run in. Willy Wonka like, nah, hold up, what y'all doing? Be like, yo, we wanna go eat some candy too. Be like, nah, before y'all could go in the shop, y'all gotta go complete this to-do list. What you talk about? Hey, bro, here go the list. These the things you gotta go do before you get in the candy shop. So we looking at the list, we like, all right, cool. Mine was 100 of us. So we set off into the world to go to do this to-do list. Some dudes come back in 10, 15 years. Some come back in 2025. Some don't come back at all. So maybe 10 of us came back out of all this time, right? So now we come back. Hey, Willy Wonka, look, we did everything on all the 25, 30, 40 things you wanted us to do on the list. Look, we did them. I'm 55 years old now, but I did them. All right, bro. Yeah. You and your whole you go in the shop. So we go in the shop. You know, we see all the girls that's been in there for the last 40, 50 years. You know, they just sitting chilling. So I'm in the shop now at 55, tearing up the Kit Kat, the Snickers, the all the candy you could think of. What do you think the girls in there looking at me saying? Oh, girl, look at him. He act like he ain't never had no candy before. Oh, look at all he want is candy. That's the only thing he care about is candy. Like, hey, y'all been in here for the last 50 years eating up everything. I had to go, and y'all got in here for free. I had to go work and do X, Y, and Z. Now you trying to tell me how much candy I can have, which flavor I can have? No. The point I'm trying to make is we both, as male and female, we both have our struggles in the dating world. Although I would say, men, we have it a little bit more like you have to go out and make something of yourself to even get a text back. You know what I'm saying? Like women, you since you grew a pair of boobs or had a little ass in middle school, dudes been on you since then. Yeah, the girls used to brag on it. Oh, I'm dating this dude. They in high school dating a dude, a college, a grown ass man. You know what I'm saying? Because since they was little, they've been already getting that. So by the time you 21 and you could order a drink from the bar, when 10 or 20 dudes come up to try to holler at you, you already used to all that. So it don't even bother you. It means nothing to you at that point until you find that needle in a haystack that y'all are looking for. But us dudes, we have to go out and do a whole lot before we even can get a text back. So when we finally do become successful, when we finally do get a little bit of money, when we finally do got 2 or 3 girls like, hey, let me holler at you. What you? That's just the reality of the situation. What y'all think about that?
Well, I think it just because you have the freedoms or the opportunity don't mean that it's right for you to do it. So I mean, especially if you're in
I never said it. I never said no. Yeah, I'm not saying it's right. I'm not condoning anything. All I'm saying is when you ask why, this is the why. I'm not saying, oh, this is good or bad or blah, blah, blah. I'm saying, okay, y'all want to, women want to know why dudes want to have their cake and eat it too.
It's bullshit. She said it's bullshit.
Bullshit.
It is bullshit. It's the truth. Women get whatever they want.
That's the truth, though.
Women don't get whatever they want. And that's why it's
they got they got men everywhere. And then the first thing they'll ask, well, what you got? Well, I'm your age. What the fuck? I'm sorry. What am I supposed to have at your age? Oh, no, I want the one that got all that up there, all that up there. Oh, yeah, because I can have him. Why? Because I'm cute. I got an itty bitty waist and a cute face. That's it. She ain't got no other qualifications. That's it.
But that's what y'all have created. Men have created that.
I do agree with that. She got a point there. She got a point.
And the reason why I said women is not just black women or whatever, because the truth is, as an African American, period, we in struggle every day. But women have always been in struggle since slavery. The white women and the black women have always been pitted against each other by what? A man. So the man has forever inflicted trauma on women. We were always taught to be submissive. We were always taught to be.
Man, I find that to be funny, right? Men ain't turned women against women and did none of that. Women turn women against women on their own. Y'all be against each other. When I scroll my timeline on social media, all y'all look the same. They wear the same lashes, the same wig, you know what I'm saying? The same outfits. You see what I'm saying? So we not telling y'all if these two guys on here with me, if y'all had y'all choice of what a woman look like, would it be the weave, the lashes and all that, or would it be her in her natural state?
Natural state, bro.
But if you tell her you like her in her natural state, what is she gonna tell you?
Then why do y'all go after
I don't look like this for you. I look like this for me, right? Yeah, so all that pressure, all that pressure, it come from y'all with y'all. Y'all being in competition with y'all.
We do
That don't
be
have nothing to do with
accountable.
us.
Well, the thing is, it all revolves around a man, a man's attention, and women lacking the self-esteem because, first of all, as African American women, we've always been ridiculed and talked about our texture of hair. Down in the South, especially in New Orleans, if you're not light skinned, they have a whole ball that they used to have that was strictly for light skinned, good hair women. The autocrat wouldn't even let you in the club, whether you was a man or a female, if you didn't meet the paper bag test. So I mean, we have carried from generation to generation to generation, and really, it kind of is for me. And the way I view things is it's not women against women. It's men. Your own men be against you because you could be laying in the bed with a man and that man can't stand your ass, but he laying in the bed with your ass every night, kissing your feet. He roll up out your bed, go get in the bed with another woman. He telling the other woman things about what you don't do, how you don't do it, what you won't do to get her to do whatever it is. So it is the man is always moaning in the middle in this.
I always say this. I say this in all these kind of conversations. It's the man you choose, right? Because I am a man and I got partners, right? So I got partners that's good dudes, would never cheat on their old lady or nothing like that. But because they a little quirky or not like the racy kind of almost bad guy, they get looked over and messed over by women. But then, you know, they'll go mess with the dude that they already know dealing with 5 different females, thinking that they got the look and the cootie cat that'll change the world, and go play with him and get what they saw he was already doing, playing with 5 other females. And then they get mad and say, oh, that nigga ain't shit. Bye, bye, bye. You saw that before you got with him, but you got Joe on the back burner who you'll call when you need your light bill paid. If you're not fear, y'all be having dudes that y'all know like y'all. Y'all know would do anything for y'all, and y'all put them in a friend zone. But when y'all hurt about the bad boy, that's who y'all call to want to talk to about what the bad boy did. You see what I'm saying, right? So there's not, I feel like accountability is everything. You see what I'm saying? So be honest with yourself. Just like I heard the young man tap on we in high school and the pretty girls in high school don't want to date us because they messing with the college dudes and the D-boys, right? Because that's who got the money. You see what I'm saying? So now you messing with the college dudes and the D-boys and don't want to fool with me who the same age as you, right? So then we gonna fast forward 10 years. The college dude turned out to be a bum. The D-boy wound up going to jail. You got a baby for the college dude, a baby for the D-boy, and now you like me, right? You see what I'm saying? Right? You know, but when I liked you, and I would have did anything for you and possibly would have been your husband, you chose to go another route. And now that years done passed and you made those bad decisions, you expect me to come along with the cape and be like, don't worry about it, baby. I got you and these kids. Oh, I'm going to take care of you, blah, blah, blah. So now I'm going to just be honest on this podcast. Men are savages because now you got the baby for the D-boy and the college dude, and I've been wanting to smash you since high school. So I'm going to play whatever game you want to play now, knowing I ain't about to fuck with you like that, but I'm about to fuck you like that. Excuse my French, right? But and I don't have no intention on being with you because you know you played games with me since way back in high school. We ain't going to forget that you played them games way back in high school, you know, but y'all seem to have a forgetter, right? That y'all forget that part of the story, and now we at this part of the story. You see what I'm saying? So I feel like we all need to be accountable in a sense of, you know what? As a man, I made some bad decisions, right?
But you know what? I have to say
I told you I was gonna be on one tonight, Kecia. I told you. I
have to say something right here because the thing of it is, you sound very angry and vindictive towards that woman that she did not want you when you was. Still a nerd. You still the same person.
She wanted him. She just wanted something else that bull crap that she thought she was gonna get because he was screwing everybody.
So
She
why?
really
So
wanted
why we
what
gonna
she
play
wanted
that
from him was
game?
that comfort. All the things she wanted from a man, she wanted from him. But this other motherfucker was showing her something else that was just this fairy tale, but really wanted him. She wanted that type of person. She wanted that type of man. She wanted that type of commitment. She wanted that type of love, but he didn't fit the picture. So I'm gonna go grab this one because
women
6
are
other
not
women want him
confused
for
like
whatever
that.
other reason. So I gotta be in competition with them 6 other women because y'all always in competition with each other. I gotta be in competition with the 6 other women because nobody want him. Why? Because he's the good guy. The good man always comes.
And hold on 1 second, OG. Let me say this. This is the very reason why we most times don't say nothing. Because I just spoke a story that those 2 guys can relate with, and your response to it is I sound angry and vindictive. You see what I'm saying? When
Y'all
I'm
say the
not
same
angry
thing
and
about a
vindictive.
woman.
So in most cases, as men, we just don't even tell his story. We just keep it to ourselves because we know it's gonna go to who hurt you and why you bitter and all this other kind of stuff.
Y'all
You know
do
what I'm
the same
saying?
thing to us, though. Y'all do the same thing to us. I remember one time we was on the like when you and Kevin we was on it, and I don't forget shit either. If I say anything negative towards my ex, I'm an angry black woman because I'm naming what this nigga did to me. I'm calling it out now. I'm angry. So the thing of it is, it was good for the goose, it's good for the gander. So I'm not gonna sit here and play games with a man, and I don't want no man playing games with me. All women not the same, but y'all can't mark us as the angry black woman if you can't be the angry black man. So if you holding on to something that she kind of maybe emasculated, not people, I'm not saying him directly, like we talking fictitiously. So
Mm-hmm.
if you feel a woman emasculated you, and that's what I noticed about that punk ass nigga that I used to deal with. I guess I was too much woman for him. That he felt like I emasculated him. But if you let any woman you with talk
Oh,
crazy,
somebody want to invite.
so if anybody like you gonna play games with me because you feel like you gotta prove to me that you the man. If you gotta prove to me that you a man, then I'm not the woman for you. You should have let me go a long damn time ago. That's what you should do.
I was sending you an invite. I don't know how. I was sending you an invite. We might need another woman on here because, I mean, she looked like the rest of them.
Who trying to get an invite?
I don't know. I am a true design. She designed. She must be a makeup artist.
I'm sending it to you now, True.
Oh Lord, I feel like
artist. I don't even know who True is.
But right. Key, I'm gonna say this.
What you about to say?
I'm gonna say this. I was just given a storyline of the situation with men and women from a younger age, right? Mm-hmm. I'm not doing no tripping on you didn't want me back then. You know what I'm saying? Because guess what? When I came into my own, they wanted me. You see what I'm saying? I'm just saying you done loop back around after your bad decisions and came over here, and now you done loop back around. I'm not playing no games, but I'm going for the kill. Most men going for the kill. You see what I'm saying? Right? And I'm gonna say this. Most men going for the kill. Because you could, in some cases, I'm gonna be honest, you was built like a brick house when we was young. And it's 10 years later, and now you built like an egg, right? But because I had that lust for you when we was young, I still might do you something because I'm still envisioning in my mind what you was when we was young. You see what I'm saying? Right? So, I mean, I think accountability is everything. And I think a lot of times when it comes down to healing, going back to the original thing, we not taking accountability for what we did in that situation. I told you this earlier. I had a scenario where I was dating a lady a couple of years ago, and I saw all the stuff that wasn't going to work. You see what I'm saying? Right? I saw it. I said, man, this ain't going to work. That ain't going to work. Right? But then because of the way she pursued things and the way she was making moves, I went with the move anyway. So then when it went bad, I had to go back and examine myself because I saw it, right? I couldn't blame her because I'm like, you know what, bro? 3 months in, you saw that and you just blew past that. So anything happened after you saw it, that's really on you. That's not on her. So I feel like women should do the same thing. If you saw a red flag in a man and you decide to play with him anyway, and then 3 years later you get what you got to go back to when you saw that red flag and decided to play with that anyway. Because everything after the red flag, you really a volunteer. You're not a victim no more. You know what I'm saying? And that's all. That's
square hole thinking they gonna fix this, fix that. It's gonna fit, and shove it on in there. Nah, baby, it ain't gonna happen.
But I agree. I agree with that.
Like that. And then you come back and blame him. What you mean? You blaming him? Well, he showed you who he was. Just like I said, the orange man up there, Trump, he didn't showed you who he was. What, you want something different? What you think you're gonna do? Keep talking about it, it's gonna change? No.
Listen, I'm gonna say this. I was on the phone today with a young lady, because every now and then I do deal with younger women, right? I'm 51, right? So she was telling me about a little guy that's pursuing her, right? But he broke though, right? And I'm like, what you mean he broke? She said, oh, he got his own place. This little dude like 37, 38 years old, right? So he got his own place. He don't stay with his mama. He don't stay with another woman, right? He's got his own place. He has a decent job and owns 2 cars, right? And she's saying, oh, I can't fool with him because he broke. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, that sounds like a responsible man. That don't sound like a broke man. That sound like a regular dude who go to work every day, take care of himself, right? I say, that's why you a duck. Because if you run across a man like that at 38 years old, right, and you're a woman that's making $70,000 a year, and we know what he's making, then you should be looking at him like, dang, dude ain't in the streets. He ain't doing this, that, and the third. He taking care of himself. If we combine forces, right, we could do some stuff together. But instead, you would rather call that young man broke and chase dudes that's hustling and scamming, right? Because you could get a Louis bag here, a trip to the Bahamas there, you know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, that's going to end up nothing when you can start building something right there. That little dude ain't broke. He just a regular average dude getting up every day, going to work and being responsible, right? And it blew me away because I'm thinking to myself, dang, women still doing the same thing. Because that's the next, like a half a generation behind me. You jumping over what's stable in front of you for what looks shiny and what might be. You see what I'm saying? Fellas, that makes sense? What I'm saying making any sense?
Like I had a conversation with Kecia earlier. I was married for 27 years. My ex never worked. Nah. I don't know what 50-50 is. I never had it before.
Right.
Go on, get your hobby, get your job. I don't give a care what it is. Make you $1,000 a month. That's yours. All that's doing is adding to me, because I can take this other $1,000 and do something else with it so that we can grow to more. But you helping me out by just doing that. Put it in your pocket. I don't care. Oh no, she don't want to ever do that. They never want to do that. They never want to do that. But find you a man like he just said and add to that shit. Now you taking that $1,000, investing it, putting it somewhere else. And when y'all retire, y'all multimillionaires together. And it's like, but y'all ain't got no common sense with that. Oh, I want this bag. I want to spend this. Add to the relationship. Don't take away.
But y'all create those scenarios. Men create.
No, we do not create them scenarios.
Because a person can't take nothing or do you anything unless you let them do it. And that's basically what you're saying. We have to be accountable for our actions on both sides. A woman can't, okay. Y'all set up these scenarios, then you come back and you complain about what a woman want, what they only allow when you create those scenarios. Men create those scenarios and then want to say when we get played that is our fault because we got played, when it may be other things. And I think going back to Boss Up Mommy and what she was saying,
I'll play your video. You want video? I'll play your video.
All right, play a video. Let's go.
I'll play your video by hook crap. I ain't gonna say crap. Let me see what I got here.
Whatever.
Let me play this sucker. Let me see.
Done. And you finally realize he chose somebody else. And that's when the nights got quieter, but the thoughts of how he did you in your mind got louder. See, I know what's been keeping you up at night. You wondering how he could just move on with her after all the pain that he caused you. You replaying back in your mind every argument, every moment you stayed, and every tear you cried. And that's why you questioning your worth, wondering if you was too much or not enough. And that's what got you constantly wondering if he treated her better than he treated you. That's the part that's eating you up inside. But sis, listen to me and listen to me good. They can have each other, but the favor stays with you. It do. Sis, you went through things in that relationship that nobody saw. You endured emotional neglect. And let's not talk about how you begged to be understood. You kept giving grace while losing pieces of yourself. And let's not talk about how you prayed, you waited, all while trying to love him into being better, and it cost you your peace. I know. But baby, let me tell you one thing, sis. God saw it all. Sometimes God removed people not because you failed, but because they did. Sis, what I want you to realize is favor don't follow who he chose. Favor follows obedience. Favor follows growth. And sis, I know it feels unfair right now. I know it feels like he won, she won, they won. But trust me, sis, God never let the wrong person walk away with the blessing. Not in this lifetime. And sis, let me keep it real with you. If you feel like that man and her is prospering and you're not, that's a clear sign you've been too focused on them and not enough on you, your healing, and your growth. Sis, it's time to stop stalking their social medias and cut off anybody that can come back and tell you anything about them people. See, sis, when you start focusing on you and you let go and let God, that's when things gonna start turning around in your favor and gonna start getting better for you in the greatest way
You get
possible.
the point, bro.
But as long as
you done playing that video 5 minutes now.
Hey, we done there. You get the point. We get the point.
Yeah.
Nah.
So
Wait, she just talking about the man to blame. The man to blame, the man to blame, the man to blame, the man to blame. He did it his fault. What the hell? Why you stuck with him all that time?
Hey, young man, how old are you? I missed it in the beginning. How old are you?
I just turned 33.
So you from the generation with all this chaos and confusion. I have sons around your age. Can you give me your perspective on dating and dealing with women in your age bracket in this time frame?
Well, I'm gonna tell you this. I'm gonna start with a quick little story that I remember vividly, and then I'm gonna sum it up real quick. So maybe this was like, I don't know, a year ago. I met this chick on a dating app. We had a couple of phone calls, went to a movie, and initially I thought she was super cool because she wanted to play this game where, hey, while we're in the movie, we go send each other these emojis. If it's the same emoji, that means we either go just be friends, stop talking altogether, or we go pursue this like romantic. I'm like, oh, cool, she's fun because I'm goofy like that. Okay, cool. So we went to the movie. She sent the emoji or whatever, and like it was like we both had the same emoji. So I'm talking on the phone to her one day, and she like oh, my bad, I got a phone, somebody was calling me. Okay, so we talking on the phone one day, and I'm watching TV, and normally when I'm watching TV and she call, I pause, I turn the TV off, I put the volume down or whatever, so she can have my full undivided attention. Mm-hmm. Another time she called me and I'm talking to her, but I could tell I don't have her full undivided attention. So I was like, hey, what you doing? She said, oh, I'm watching such and such. I was like, hey, well, do you want me to call you back at another time? She's like, nah, it's cool. So like for another 3 minutes, I tried, she not paying attention. I was like, hey, look, can I be honest with you? She said, yeah. I said, hey, every time you call me, most of the time I'm doing something, or I'm watching TV, or I'm doing this. I pause it, I turn it off, I put the volume on so you can have my undivided attention. So I appreciate if you do the same for me and respect me. I'm not saying that you gotta turn what you're doing off right now, but I would appreciate that respect. She's like, oh, okay, that's the last time we talked. Okay, so I'm just bringing that story in.
Like a bitch.
But as far as the accountability thing, I could tell she was a chick who used to get into her way, and she don't have no dude telling her like, hey, this is what I need out of you. And she take that as control and blah blah blah. So we just never talk. But all in all, for what everybody, because I don't let y'all like talk, and I was just listening. You know, as a young dude, I like to listen, especially from the OGs and people older than me to, you know, gain some more knowledge and stuff. But I think what my generation, what the problem is, 100% is social media. This feeling that I could find the next person within a click of a button or a swipe of left to right. I wasn't around back in the 80s, 90s, but I was born in 93, and the 90s is my favorite. I remember so much from the now. I got so much nostalgia. And there was a time in this country where you went out in public to a restaurant, the mall. You went to the when they sold freaking VHSs, you had to go to like the video store. You just went somewhere out in public, Walmart maybe, and you ran into a nice looking woman or man in a woman's case, and y'all struck up a conversation, and she was funny or he was funny, she was cute, he was cute, and y'all exchanged numbers, y'all went on a date and was like, okay, this person good. And from that point on, y'all dated, got in a relationship, married, have kids, and lived happily ever after. But now you could find somebody funnier 3,000 miles away. You could find somebody more handsome or more attractive 3,000 miles away on the click of a button. When back then, when you found that person, it was like, hey, I may not never run into this fucker again, so I need to take advantage and make the most out of this situation. So our problem in my generation right now, and even just going up for y'all age, is just like everybody think they could find the next best thing tomorrow. And even when you talking to somebody, I feel like we don't necessarily have that, okay, I need to make the most of this situation. You have the mindset, okay, well, this would do for now until I find the next person. Because in my opinion, it ain't the man's fault, it ain't the woman's fault. I think what we need to do is, instead of looking for, even before you look for a partner, even if you're looking for a flame, before you're looking for somebody who you just want to have sex with all the time, everybody needs to be looking for their best friend. Because when you find your best friend, it makes everything else easier, because you don't want to get, if that's your best friend, it's hard to get rid of your best friend. Best friends fight all the time. They disagree, they argue, and then 2 days later, hey girl, what you doing? Hey bro, what you doing? Let's go out, blah blah blah. If you got that with somebody you attracted to and you could be a partner with, then you don't got to worry about this, oh, he broke, blah blah blah, this and that. Because when you have your best friend, you don't care if they broke, you don't care if they're rich. So that's how I look at it. There's nobody to necessarily point the finger at. I think you gotta look down deep in yourself and ask yourself, what do you really want? Because women who want dudes with money, trust and believe, if that's what you want, there's consequences that come with that. I hope you like sharing. You ain't gonna be the only one. Dudes, if you just like women with just big booty and you looking for a certain type, trust me, she got dudes in her DMs every day that got money who better than you. So that's another battle. You need to be looking for somebody you got a lot in common with, somebody who you don't mind being around all the time. And I think that's that's what we need to do. Last thing, 10 more seconds. For the men who watching, I cracked the code. Listen to what I'm about to say. When y'all talk about, oh, women don't know what they want, women don't know what they want. Yes, they do. I'm about to give you the secret right now, and then I'm gonna end it. Listen close. I'm just like the recipe to the Krabby Patty formula. Women want what they want from who they want it from. I'll say it again. Women want what they want from who they want it from. So a woman like, oh, I want stability, I want love, I want protection, I want loyalty. And you looking like, oh, I got all that. Yeah, bro, but she already got this vision of the man in her head who she want that from. So you come like, oh, I got all that. She's still playing me out. She don't want that from you. How you know when a woman wants something for you? You trust me, you won't have to work hard. She gonna make you She gonna come pick you up and tell you when we going on a date, what time it's gonna be, and all that other stuff. I know from experience. Women who make you work hard, they don't really like you like that. They just trying to see what they trying to get out of. They just trying to see what they can get out of you until they find that next person. Women are very aggressive when it comes to what they want.
Internet is a little crazy
Right.
Yes, ma'am.
over here, but let me know if I can.
But yeah, that's all I got to say with that.
We can hear you.
Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead.
See you well, but we can hear you.
True. We can hear you.
Trilisha. Miss Anderson. Miss Anderson. Remember that movie Matrix? Miss Anderson? Mr. Anderson?
Miss Anderson. So I think everything you said is absolutely true. We do want what we want from, but sometimes I think with going back to a girl, like she's basically trying to teach women to not settle, because we can get into a state where, like you said, a woman, when you went back to the candy shop, Willy Wonka, the women were 55 years old, like that, and Bryson mentioned the woman was a stallion when she was younger. He envisioned that. So
She looked
I
like
mean,
Humpty Dumpty.
Humpty Dumpty now. So I think sometimes we settle. Like she basically and I'm not gonna say, and speaking from a woman's perspective, like if we have been in tumultuous relationships, we go in abusive relationships with men, it's not our fault. It's the behaviors that we've learned to accept and early on in life in the relationships that we've been in. All of that plays a major part in how we partner with people. And I think that goes for both parties. That goes for men and females. If you person, I know some people, they can't be in a relationship unless they have chaos going on in their relationship. They don't look for peace in a relationship. And I think for the most part, she's just, basically, like you said earlier, Larry, that, she's speaking to broken women because she's probably still healing. And as I explained earlier, I think I talked about it in one of my little morning things. Like when we're healing and recovering, because that's what it means. We're recovering from something. When we're recovering, that means you have to learn how to take care of yourself in that process of recovery. And how not, because our nervous system, and I mentioned that last week, our nervous system reacts to different situations differently based on the different types of traumas that we've experienced in our lifetime. Because I mean, life be life, and if you a child that grew up in the ghetto, baby, you've been traumatized since the day you was born. It put in a nursery at Charity Hospital. You was traumatized, so you wasn't getting top-notch care and all this kind of stuff. But anyway, I want to say this, like, I think both parties need to be healed in order for them to go into a healthy relationship. And that's what it's about, building healthy relationships. It's not about what you want, I want, and who I want it from. If I'm healthy in my mind and I got a solid mind, and not saying that I'm settling, I know how to partner with someone. Because you like you said, best friend, you have to learn how to partner with someone. Everything can't be all about me, my eyes, and what I want. It has to be a partnership between two people. So it's not about, because I see a lot of women settling out here because and you're never going to be happy if you settle. And that goes on. If I know what I want, yes, I want what I want with who I want it from, because yes, I have envisioned what my version of a healthy relationship looks like. So when I meet someone that
What is settling?
Huh?
I'm glad you asked that. I was thinking that very same question. I like
What
you,
would be
young
your
man.
definition? Because a lot of women say, you don't settle. What is settling? Like, what does that mean?
Settling means, you ever saw the movie Color Purple? And when they man Celia married Mr., that's settling. She didn't
But
have,
Celia didn't have a choice. Y'all have a choice. Yeah, but y'all have a choice. You know what I'm saying? So
we settle for what we settle for potential and not for what is. So that's what we mean by settling. You settle, and men do that too. We settle for potential. That's what that looks like. Like he could potentially become a millionaire. He could potentially be a good man. He could potentially learn
Or
to love.
either he a good man or he's
Well,
not. I don't know about that potentially become a
that
good man. Shit. Go ahead.
that's the problem. I think everybody got their own definition what settling is to them, because he was mentioning the girl he was talking to, who was talking about the broke dude who got his own place, he mobile, he got a job. A lot now she considered that settling. But is that really settling? You go tell somebody from some lady from Honduras will come over here, marry that dude, and they feel like she married the goddamn CEO of freaking Amazon.
But in her
so
mind,
that ain't selling. That wouldn't be settling to her.
It will.
That's what I'm saying. In her mind, that's the point I'm trying to make. In her mind. So that's what I'm saying. So when women are telling other women, don't settle. Okay, settle. To me, it's almost in a way. I don't want to say contradicting, but that's like telling somebody to do their best. That's like going into a classroom and telling every kid, do your best on the test, but it's still expecting everybody to get A's, because everybody got their own limit. Everybody got their own set ceiling for everything. But for this modern day woman, if you not dating a dude making six figures or a millionaire, you selling it. And once again, that's where social media come in, because their natural brain is not telling them that they're selling. It's other women in the social media telling them, hey, the dude that you with, who is worshiping the ground you walk on, is not good enough. Because look at this dude over here and how he treating this woman. They go in this place and he buying her this and that. This is what you really need. So that's back to it's really in that type of sense. Like my man said, it ain't really, that's women almost battering other women at that point, because they say, oh, well, my dude is doing this and that. If your dude not doing X, Y, and Z like my man is, then you got the wrong dude, or you selling it. You see what I'm saying?
But again,
y'all notice something? Y'all notice something? Throughout this whole conversation, we ain't said nothing about love, right? And a lot of days when because I'm a single man that lives by himself, right? And I think to myself, whatever happened to love, right? Because I remember when, social media do create certain kind of little things. I remember when they had this strong push, oh girl, I ain't settling for no struggle love, right? I'm not about to be with no man and be in love and we struggling. You see what I'm saying, right? So it's just like, okay, so I'm a realist. And I grew up in poverty. So if I meet a woman and she grew up in poverty and we get together, right? And we wind up lower middle class, but we in love. That means we best friends, we take trips together, you know what I'm saying? We enjoy just doing nothing together, right? In my mind, right, that's enough, right? That's enough. But I realize in society right now, for a lot of people, that's not enough. You know what I'm saying, right? Because then it becomes, oh, you not ambitious enough, or you not this enough. And for me, it's like, I might as well not be in a relationship if, right, you working 2 jobs, chasing a millionaire dream. I'm working 2 jobs, tracing a millionaire dream, and we seeing each other in passing. You see what I'm saying? I might as well just be by myself. You know what I'm saying? I would much rather be lower middle class in love than rich and miserable. You see what I'm saying? Right? But I made a joke on social media about 3 months ago. I got a raise on my job. I'm finally able to start dating, right? And it was a joke, but I was being serious. You see what I'm saying? Because I remember a time, because I'm older, I'm a 90s person, right? I remember I used to meet a woman and be like, hey, let's go on a lake. I'm going to grab us two two poor boys and a big shot, we gonna look at the water and have a conversation, right? But if I say that to a woman now, oh, he trying to lowball me. You won't take me on a lake with some poor boys and blah, 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 right? And in my mind, it's like, if we trying to get to know each other, right? And you like me, shouldn't nothing be wrong with that. Which piggybacks off of what the young man said, right? If a woman like you, you really could go get a grilled cheese sandwich and that's gonna be the best meal they ever had. You see what I'm saying? So for me now, I look at settling as this for me.
Potato chips. You forgot potato chips.
Yeah, right. And potato is good. But for me now, this is what I view as settling, right? I got this lady who been liking me for 10 years. Right now, I'm just making this up. This is not real, but I'm just saying this is what selling is for me. I got this lady. She been liking me for 10 years. I don't really like her like that, but I know she love my dirty drawers, right? I done went out here and played in these streets, played with all these different women, and 10 years later, I done wind up with nothing, right? So now I ain't got nothing. So you know what? Fuck it. Let me get with her. You know what I'm saying? And because I'm older now, and it's just what it is. To me, that's settling. You see what I'm saying, right? But to say a person is not meet my financial bracket or whatever, right? So I'm not, but they good people, and I know they like and love me, but I'm not gonna fool with them because they don't meet whatever financial bracket or whatever I'm trying to get to. That's not selling. You know what I'm saying? That's not selling at all. Because in most cases, when you chasing a bracket or whatever, right? Most of the time, the young man said it. Most men, if I'm making $500,000 or better, you know what I'm saying, or even $200,000 or better, you know how many women at my top? You know what I'm saying? Man, I got so many women at my top, it's ridiculous. Yeah. So if I got all these women at my top, you know what I'm saying? Because we know statistics since the 90s is that women outnumber men 10-1. It might be even more by now, right? So if I'm making $200,000 a year and I got 20 women at my top, you know what I'm saying? That all pretty much this day and age look the same and offering the same, right? I'm just gonna look, I'm gonna play with the top three, and when the top three get mad, I'm gonna rotate the next top three in, right? Because at the end of the day, y'all only like me because I got 200,000 or better. You see what I'm saying? And we know that.
The bottom that you settle for. They got a million down there to settle for if I want to.
Right. So why should I choose? Why should I choose when I can have them all? You know what I'm saying? And I don't have that kind of money, so I don't have them kind of problems. But I know dudes who got that kind of money, and that's what they say. Why should I choose? You know what I'm saying? I could play with her for this month. You know what I'm saying? And when she get mad, I could play with her the next month. What's a Louis Vuitton bag for $2,000 when I'm worth $300,000? You see what I'm saying? I could buy her a Louis bag. I could take her to the Bahamas. You know what I'm saying? That ain't no loss for me. You know?
Look, I used to have a friend that tell me, hey, man, look at it, bro. And he was a rich man. They not with me because of my looks. They with me because of my money. And I know that. The problem is, it's going to be worse for them when I leave them than for me, because I'm just going to get me another one. He was 60s wouldn't mess with a woman over 40 because he had it like that, and he could. He said it's going to be worse for them because they're not going to get this lifestyle no more. I'm just going to find me another one.
But they got that same dude that's on their level who love them to death that they say and they selling for. But they will say the same dude that's on their level.
Huh?
Why y'all can't just
she was trying to, I wanted to hear it. She had a question.
Oh, go ahead.
Why not just choose? Just because you have the money, but they always say to be a player is a rich man's game. But why, for me, that's just wasting time, wasting resources when you can invest that money.
He answered it. He answered that question already. When you ask why not just choose, it's because that man already knowing, hey, they not even with me they not even interested in me for the right reason. So this batch that I gotta choose from, this just toys for me to play with until I do find if he wants that, until I do find that woman who see past all this money, or not even see past, you don't even know I got money and just like me for me. But since these are the ones that are presented to me, and I know for a fact if I wasn't the man I am or had the money that I have, that they wouldn't even be talking to me. Why choose any one of them for me to invest in financially, emotionally, spiritually, whatever, my 100%, when I know that's gonna be a bad investment? So that's the answer to that question. When you now, could that person go out and try to find a
jeans on and flip flops, the way he looked, and a woman would have just said, "Hey, you know what?" and talk to him, that would have been the one.
Listen, I got a true story for y'all. Listen,
I gotta let me tell my story.
Go ahead.
First.
Go ahead.
Let me tell you how fucked up y'all men are. So I know this guy.
Nothing we saying.
Because I'm speaking from a female's perspective. I'm listening to y'all, but we all have stories, right? I'm listening.
Right. Come on. Yeah, come on.
So I met this guy, and this shit is just it's funny, but it's not funny because I think I told Bryson about it too. He know the dude. So he looked like a nice guy. We had a nice conversation. Average guy making average money. Now, first of all, I'm not looking for somebody, but I'm open. So I said, okay, well, let me give him a chance. I'll go out on a date with him. This nigga had no boundaries. We go on a date. Now he touching all on me like we've been together forever. So I'm like, okay, I'm not going to get no attitude. I'm going to be friendly or whatever. Next thing I know, we having conversation. This nigga pops up at my house without asking my permission. Or for one date, one conversation, you pop up at my house, leave chicken on my porch in a Ziploc bag that I didn't even ask for. Then you never called me, and he did all of that because I did not answer my phone for him, or I guess wasn't responding for him. Then I see the crazy nigga. Now I thought I'd have made it clear that, okay, I don't want to have nothing to do with you like that. It's done. So I see him Mardi Gras Day. Why this dude come passing from you? Okay, I was nice, I spoke. You know he can't stood right next to me, put his stuff down, walking up and down like a female trying to get attention. Like, nigga, what is wrong with you? So I'm saying to myself, like, it's not just women that like, I don't know. I don't know. But that shit was just weird to me. So you can't, like, y'all build these scenarios for women. And
for that as well. There's an explanation for that as well. And once again, I'm not condoning it, but when someone asks me why, I'm gonna answer it and I'm gonna provide substance. I guarantee you, whoever that dude was, he don't got too many options, or he ain't getting too many text backs. I know this because when I used to work for NOPD, I went on a lot of domestic violence calls where women acting crazy too, but dudes showing up to the chick house and she don't even know how she got the address, blah blah blah. And I'll be talking to the dudes. I'm telling you right now, dudes who act like that. Notice how when you look at these celebrities and how some of them move, even in the Stefan Diggs situation, do we look like he cared that Cardi B is gone and doing? No, want to know why? Because he got the next woman already lined up. Women, that man who was acting like that, you was probably the first woman who showed him any type of interest, maybe in years. Who knows? So you know what his mindset is? I am not letting her ass get away. I'm gonna climb the mountains I gotta climb to get her back, because I don't know when I'm gonna get another match on whatever dating app it is, or get another text back or whatever. So he's like, yo, she ain't going nowhere. Like I said, I'm not condoning it, but that is the why. Some dude that got a bunch of chicks, trust me, he ain't doing all that because he don't have to. He be like, oh, she gone. Okay, all right. Hey, baby, call the next one. Hey, you down? You want to go see the movie? Because the other girl want to go see the movie. Now he just go find another person go want to go see the movie. So that's the answer to that. There's always an explanation. I'm telling you.
I'm gonna get a restraining order on that nigga. That's what I'm gonna do. That's some weird ass shit. That
But
shit is
listen,
weird.
I'm gonna say this because the topic's supposed to be about women healing and all that kind of stuff, and we kind of all over the place, right? But I think healing is important. The young man said it. You need to know who you are and what you want before you try to get in a relationship with anybody as an individual, right? Like I've encountered over the years, me and my ex-wife got separated like in 2014, right? So I started dating again in like 2015. And I encountered a whole bunch of women that was coming out of one relationship and immediately trying to get with me and get in a relationship. So I would tell them, like, look, sweetie, we could be cool, but you need to deal with what you just came out of. You know what I'm saying? Like one chick, she was coming out of a 10-year abusive marriage where dude used to be beating on her and making her do this, that, and the third, right? So I'm like, take your time for you and enjoy you, and I'm going to be here, you know what I'm saying, for it. She stopped fooling with me because she took that as rejection. You see what I'm saying? Oh, you don't want me? I'm not saying I don't want you. I'm saying I recognize what you just came out of, right? And we could be cool, but you need to learn you and be you. And that was the first one. But after that, I encountered that scenario like 3 or 4 more times. You know what I'm saying? Right? So it's like, if you gonna heal, you can't heal and date at the same time. You see what I'm saying? Right? You can't do that, you know, because it's not fair to you and it's not fair to the guy. It's not fair to me and it's not fair to the lady. You see what I'm saying? Right? That don't even go together. You know, or well, I'll just go out to dinner with him. Or this be the thing. Look, I'm healing. We could go out to eat, but just know ain't nothing gonna happen. You see what I'm saying? But if you're not looking for nothing to go no further because you on your healing journey, just do what you need to do to heal. And when you re-emerge from your healing journey, then you ready to date and you can have all the boundaries you want. I'm not standing for this, this, and this. My mentor once said, and we say this all, we've heard this all. There's a screw for every nut. You see what I'm saying? You need to go find out what kind of nut you is so you could go find your screw. You see what I'm saying? Right? But what I see people do all the time is they just go try all the screws, hoping that it's going to fit their nut. You know what I'm saying? And all they doing is damaging themselves and damaging other people. You know what I'm saying? So that's my take on the healing thing, because I do it, right?
All the time. Men need to go heal. Men need to go heal. Men. Wait a minute. They got some broken ass women out there. They're screwing up a lot of these healed men.
I don't think
because they don't feel they need to go heal.
They
feel they need the man to heal them. They need to find a way to man was.
I think I think it's both sides though, and that'd be my argument on everything. Me and Kecia had these conversations when we work together, right? I just feel like it's both sides, but don't nobody want to take accountability that is both sides. Like the young man said, women pointing at men, men pointing at women, you know what I'm saying, right? And it's just like, no, go get you together, and you know within the first 3 or 4 dates if this somebody you fucking with or not. You see what I'm saying, right?
I don't go out on a date with them unless I know it's somebody I'm probably gonna fuck with.
You know, yeah.
A week of conversation with them.
Real quick though, real quick.
Be like,
this all
you're taking too long. No, I'm not, because I'm getting to know you before I even take you out on a date.
Real quick,
what you about to say, young man?
Yeah, real quick. This is all I'm gonna say because I know. I think the show probably will end in a little bit, and I gotta go anyway. But this the last thing I'm gonna say as far as, because I've been kind of neutral. I feel like I've been trying to be neutral for the most part. But as far as the I think when you said when we were talking about the healing process and like some who need to heal, who need to be healed first, or whose fault it is. I will say this. If you look at the order in which dating happens, and this I can't, for lack of a better phrase, so I'm gonna explain it this way. Like I said earlier, women have 10 years of dating experience on their resume by the time they hit 21. So when we talking about who has the baggage or the trauma first, 99.9% of the time it's gonna be the women because they were dating first. Most of the time they lose their virginity first. They was dating grown ass men before they even got out of high school. But messing with dudes out of your league, whether that's financial reasons or the age gap or whatever, is gonna mess you up in the head. Because a lot of these dudes, they not even getting interest from girls till maybe after college, if that. I went to school with a lot of dudes in high school and college who ain't get no play until like right now.
Right,
So they ain't
right.
no way they got trauma, or because they ain't
Right,
they don't
right.
have they don't got the experience. But a lot of women, they get their hearts broken early. They get their hearts broken early on, and then now every dude that come after that is a dog and a player and go do them wrong because you was messing with these dudes when you should have been taking that time to still be a young woman, find your footing, learn what you want in a dude. But that's not the case, especially nowadays in 2026. These girls are faster than they ever been. These dudes is not getting played. You got one or two dudes in high school who getting all the chicks, the athletes, all the, like you say, the doughboy who's slinging that rock in high school. Maybe a couple of them, but most dudes don't even know how to talk to a woman until they 25, 27 years old. So how could that's the only thing I say where I kind of lean towards the men's side, where I think, I'm not saying that men don't have trauma and baggage. Usually, you're older, yes, and you got that dating experience. Yes, it comes with that. But most of the time, it does start with the women, just off the simple fact, statistically speaking, they date way earlier than dudes do. So that's all I got to say about that part.
Well, that is true. That's true.
Yeah, I hear you there.
I know some bad ones back in elementary. Well, elementary school,
The elementary
school kids, and then elementary school dating high school dudes. When they got to high school, they could pick any dude they wanted, and then I'm just a friend. But they won't come back later. Oh, baby, nah, baby, we just friends. We've been friends from the
Hey, real quick, since he breaks, because my dad knows when I was in high school.
Don't ask me a question.
My dad noticed when I was in high school. I ain't gonna say the girl name. No, I'm not asking you. I'm not asking you a question. But I know you go be familiar with this. I was dating this girl in high school. She was the baddest girl in the city. Like in the city. This was my first girlfriend. She was dating grown ass men before she even dated me, and was treating me like I should have been with the game with the my first girlfriend. Like, I don't even know how to like take you out on a date, such and such. But yeah, I'm just saying that to say, they start. It start young.
One time he
like,
brought a woman home. I could have thought she was a tall girl or something. I'm like, where this one comes from? Look like she had $3 million. Man, she been married 6 times, bro. Where you get this one from? I'm like, what the hell is this? She can't come in here. Where her pimping? That's how I was. Wait, but he was taking her on little picnics, treating her like a woman.
Mm-hmm.
Instead of a prostitute or a call girl or whatever. And she was happy with that because that was her friend. That was the man that was treating her the way she wanted to be treated. So she picked one that was treating her in a certain way that these other ones with all this money and all this wasn't. And I'm like, she still got to get out of my house. I don't know what this is, but hey, it worked for a while, and then he went back to college or whatever. But she was maybe about 5-6 years older than him or something.
Because eventually, So the point is, like, eventually that only could last for so long,
Yeah,
somebody else gonna come with the money and the mouth and this and that, and then she gonna go fall for that again instead of the man that she's actually looking for as a man.
But I want to just address the comment because she wrote. I think this is word they're being addressing because she took her time and wrote this. Andrea, I agree with you. Women do make their own money. Like we have our own independence. So, and then she talked about, of course, there are gold diggers out there. She said, and that's not a gender specific behavior, and I agree with that 100%. So basically, everything that I think we both want the same thing mutually. When reading her comment, I think women want a stable man that's gonna treat them right. Well, some women, I don't know what all. I know what I want: a stable man that's gonna treat me right. I love picnics. Give me a little French bread or a sandwich or whatever. Go sit on the lake because I'm from the old school, so I appreciate the simple things. So, and again, it goes back to, huh?
What is stable? Mentally stable? Financially stable? What's the definition of stable?
I mean,
Mentally stable?
above. Mentally.
Morally stable? Yeah, morally stable. What's the definition of
stable? Well, I'm gonna say what stable
because,
looks like.
I see money here. I see financial here. I see all that. So what's stable? Then I got independence. She got making her own money.
She said she make her own money. She said we don't need y'all money anymore. But y'all allow, but see, y'all go out and choose women that do need the money. And like I said again, then you want to paint these scenarios like y'all the victim when they play y'all for the next person that they met to do more for them. So, but going back to what Bryson said earlier, when you're an educated woman and you are a little independent and you make a little bit more money, because I had that experience in one of my relationships. Like I went back to school, as long as I was a neighborhood girl doing neighborhood things, everything was fine. When I went to school, I got my degree, then everything changed. I thought I was too much. I wanted to do this because I wanted more out of life. So sometimes some women are willing to work for what they want, and some women, I wasn't trying to wait on the man to hand me the golden pallet. I was trying to make money. I think he should have just joined in the fight. If he would have come join with me and we could have grown together and had a kingdom together. So everybody, I mean, it goes both ways. And so there's some, I'ma just call it what it is. Some people are just transactional people. They only see for what they want to see and who they want to see it from. And 9 times out of 10, because I see it myself. I mean, I never understand how women can just date everybody. Like, but they have women out here, they go on dates with any and everybody. They don't care. They don't have a type because they're trying to figure out who's going to do the most for me. And when I say settling, what settling looks like for me is basically what it looks like for a man. If I have 20,000 men out here and all these men want me, and the man that really liked me and I never gave him the time of the day, and now I done lost everything. I done got fat. I got a big head now. I'm bald head. Now I'm going to settle for a bald head fat man smoking cigars all day. So
you're gonna settle for that bald head fat man smoking cigars making $30,000 a year. Or you
they're making $30,000 a year.
Or is that a good man?
But he could be a good man.
I said,
what you mean could be? He treating you well.
The part.
He taking you on those picnics. He treating you like a woman, but he could be a good man. What he missing?
If he missing a hustle, because I require.
She went there right there. He ain't making enough money.
If
you know what I say?
That's the point. That's the point.
I require the hustle. That's it.
Listen, I'm gonna say this. I got a little niece, and well, I don't like to do that, but so in that right there, people are different, right? You got worker bees and you got bosses, right? So if I'm a man and I'm a worker bee, right, and I work at Susan Water Board, right, and that's what I do. I work at Susan Water Board. It's a job. It got benefits, this, that, and the third. I don't know how much people at Susan Water Board make. You know, I'm gonna just give them an arbitrary amount, $80,000 a year, right? So then I meet you, right, and you You a social worker, but you make $150,000 a year, right? And we jail. I'm a good man, right? I treat you well. I cook for you. I take you on their dates. I got resources. Something happened with your plumbing at your house. I got a phone call I can make, get that fixed for you and everything, right? Am I disqualified because you make 150 a year and I make 80 a year? You see what I'm saying? Because you like everything about me. The only thing you don't, you make more money than me. And because I'm happy at Susan Waterboard, right? Because I make these 80,000 a year, I got benefits and I'm good. Like, what's wrong with that? And I see that a lot now in our society, like, oh, he's not ambitious enough, right? But if I work at Susan,
he got potential. What you mean he got potential?
You got potential. And
you know,
I'm not giving my life to potential.
And see, that's why I say this, right? I say this to people, right? Don't come play with me then, right? Because I'm a social worker. And if you look up social workers, they don't really make that much money. You see what I'm saying? So my joy comes from helping my community, not how much money I make, right? So if what I do and how much I make is not good enough for you, don't come over here and tell me I'm not good enough because I'm not making $150,000 or $200,000 a year. You see what I'm saying? Go find you a man that's making that kind of money. You see what I'm saying?
Like an option because he got other options. Believe me.
Right.
He have other options.
5%. He got plenty of options. And you ain't one of them.
But the thing
right.
is,
And then look, because I'm talking about myself for real right now, right? So I don't even care. You see what I'm saying? If I meet you and I realize, okay, that's what you own, right? That's what you own, then I just start falling back. You see what I'm saying? Because what I'm not about to do is run myself in the ground to provide something for somebody else that I'm not really concerned with. You see what I'm saying? Right? Like, I'm good. If you put me in a $200,000 house where my mortgage is $1,500 a month, you know what I'm saying? I pay my insurance and shit. I could take a trip to the Bahamas here and there. Man, I'm good. Now, if God bless me to go further than that, right, then I'm all right with that. But if I'm not good enough for you based on a financial portion, don't try to downgrade me and say I ain't that because I ain't making the money you want. Because then what happens a lot of times, you go chase the bag and get ran in the ground, you see what I'm saying, behind a nigga with the bag, and I'm still over here happy. Good. And you're going to come back and you're going to check in, you know, because you just got ran in the ground. So, hey, friend, how you been doing? Because you won't get treated well again because you just finished getting treated like shit behind a few dollars. You see what I'm saying? My thing is this. Somewhere along the line, we start putting money over love and everything else. You see what I'm saying? Look, I'm going to go biblical. The Bible says love endureth all things. You see what I'm saying, right? So call me lame or whatever, but I feel like if I love you, right, and I just make these 80,000 a year I make, I might, depends on, you know, some other factors, go get a little part-time job to make another 20,000 a year, you see what I'm saying, to give you some of your shit. But the caveat to that is this. If y'all so independent and making all this fucking money, why I got to make so much fucking money? You see what I'm saying? Go buy your own Louis bag. I'm going to pay all these bills over here, right? I'm going to pay all these bills over here. That means the money that you got, you could go buy your little Louis bag. You could take us on some trips. You see what I'm saying? You know, make sure for Father's Day that I get something beyond a fucking toolbox. You see what I'm saying? Right? You know what I'm saying? Like you get the freedom to do whatever you want to do with your bread because with my $80,000 a year, I'm going to pay all these fucking bills because I love you. You see what I'm saying? But for today's woman, that's called settling. Girl, you could do better than that. And you know what happens? Yeah. Women wake up 55, 60 years old without nobody. You see what I'm saying? Then they get mad with me because guess what happens then? That girl that's 40 years old, look at my 50-year-old ass and see stability and everything else. So she won't come over here and play with me. So guess what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna play with her. Cause guess what she do that the women my age don't do? I say I want to go to the Bahamas. She buy her own plane ticket. Oh, you gonna get the result? You know what I'm saying? You got the spending money. You know what the women my age who make more money than me say? Oh, I'm not buying no fucking plane ticket to go. If you want me to go with you, you gotta pay for everything. You know what I'm saying? Right.
But then again, it goes back to, and I don't think it has anything to do with that for some people. It's about building partnership. Because in order to make anything grow, y'all have to be in agreement. You have to be on one accord with that person. If you're talking about the Bible and love endurance, everything, you have to learn how to partner with the person that you choose. So if you find that you can't partner with that person and they all for themselves, or I ain't doing this, I ain't doing that, then again, you have a choice. But yet again, you're creating a scenario where you are buying the Louis Vuittons. You are getting heads.
Not Bryson. I understand what you're saying, but not Bryson. I'm not Bryson. Not Bryson. Because soon as they start talking about what they need and what they want, Bryson disappears. You see what I'm saying? I just told a female the other day, I make enough money to pay my bills and buy myself these nice clothes you see me in. You see what I'm saying? That's all I got for you. I could take you out to eat sometime. You know what I'm saying? We could go on a trip. But if you looking for me to help you pay your bills at your house, wrong man. Wrong man. I'm not saying you gonna like me for me. You see what I'm saying? But look, I gotta jump off because my phone just said I got 5%.
Y'all, we've been on here.
We did an hour and a half today.
We done did an hour and a half tonight because you talking and
I
talking.
told you we need to go 2 hours or so because we get all off topic and stuff. Hey, we need to do a date nap one where we talk about these date naps, swipe left, swipe right. It's just instant gratification right then and there or something.
We could do that next time, but I want to thank everybody who tuned in and who chimed in in the comments, y'all. Catch us next Wednesday here on Instagram and YouTube and Facebook when they share. And again, let's not live life without love. Learn to partner with someone. And when I say potential, I don't mean the potential of like the man has potential. I mean the potential of that person loving you. We're not going for potential. We're going for what is. So on that note, good night. See y'all next Wednesday.
All right.
All right.
Catch y'all next week.